Okay, well, initially, before age 10, I wanted to be a doctor. And I even promised my mom one day that I was going to be a doctor. That's why I'm doing the PhD now. I have to switch it up a little bit. But yeah, then I went to KC and they tell me to draw the body and I get 4 out of 10 because everything was in the belly, the heart, everything. So I recognized at that time, so maybe bio wasn't for me and therefore medicine wasn't it. Then I wanted to be a lawyer after that. Because one of my role models, which is my mother's brother, my uncle, is the first one to go to university out of my family. So I wanted to be like him and I wanted to be a lawyer. And as God would have it, I get a scholarship for the tourism and that's how the tourism, get a full scholarship for the tourism. So as a child, I wanted to be a doctor and then a lawyer, which most ghetto people or most low-income people don't know about many other professions. You understand? So it's lawyer, doctor, Indian chief. So yeah, that is one of the things I'm glad the internet kind of changed. Because as growing up, just JVC, you never know about enough profession. But you worry about zoology and anything, you never know anything that was available. So until 17, I wanted to be doctor or lawyer. The hardest thing? The hardest thing, well, a celebrity kind of different from a politician, a celebrity politician harder than just a regular celebrity. The hardest thing is just, one, your failures are public. I tell you, even the kids all the time say, when me fail on TV. I mean, some man fail, get a grade, they hide it, nobody don't know, So how much you get in the school. When me fail, you come on TV, you win or you lose, it's on television. So that hard to deal with because failure is hard to deal with in itself. So yeah, and also just the fickleness of the society. Tomorrow them hate you, today them love you. You're not really sure how you deal with you each day. So yeah, being an unknown politician where I can't really hide from the failures and I can't really hide from the changes in their opinion, it kind of make it difficult for me sometimes. Yeah. Well, I get to realize, from just thinking and analyzing, say, there's a difference between failing and failure, which Jamaicans don't even understand in the main. That's why when we are watching a football match, let's say like what this Arsenal, right? You watch Arsenal. You start custom from halftime because we don't understand, say, failing mean the match not done. Failure is a finality of it. So a man has failed to win after the match finished. And him don't even fail to win the league. Because based on what I see go on at the EPL now, Arsenal might even come back and win it. So when I start to analyze in my mind is, there's a difference between failing, which means that I might come back and win 6-5, even if I'm under 6-love or 5-love, and failure, which means it's the end. So what I start to know is to just prove myself right in my opinion. Because the biggest failure a politician can have is in his opinion. Because that's what he's selling. It's an opinion he has sell. So even if I lose an election, is my opinion never carried. You understand? So what I try to know is to just prove myself right. So I say, vote and it was a laughing thing and then I just do the business. You understand? And make money this Christmas and say, see? And so I try to consume myself in eventually winning. By proving my opinion right. So that's how I really handle it, and that's what I want even the kids them to analyze. So sometimes something difficult or you not do well at this time, if you give up, you have failed. But if you don't give up, you're only failing. You can come back at any time and come be victorious. And so some doing it, just look upon it as just a glitch, as a continuation, and then we can come through at the end with a buzzer beater. You see, remember, if you read the Bible, it tells us how Joseph, they saw him coming and decided to throw him in a pit. When you are seen as the future or as a possibility for the future, it creates a target on you, both internally and externally, because the other side need to make sure you don't become this alligator, you kill him in the egg. And internally, your side might not want you to be what the public perceives, you get me? So it's a difficult task. You see, the heavy is the head that wear the crown. You understand? When you look on LeBron James, he have to carry the NBA, he have to do himself different than as a regular NBA player because he's LeBron James. So, because the public has touted me, and I think I talk for them still. Personally, I think I really try my best to put my opinion as to what I think is best. Because I think inequity is an enemy of mine. It was from university days come true. I've always treated inequity as an enemy. So if you were at UT when I locked on the gate for school fee and all them things, I'm telling them they're on scholarship. So it affect me personally. March against the government at that time was PMP. So, people have always felt that no matter who is in power, I have been willing to say what I think is correct. But it has put a target on you. And with social media now, it has allowed for constant attack on your credibility and on your character and stuff like that. So sometimes I feel a way about it, but I always tell myself, say, at least, even when I run elections or anything, I pray and say, God, you know my intent, you understand? I feel like most people know my intent, even if they don't like my approach or whatever, sometimes they know my intent is clean or pure. And I find solace in that, that my intent is pure, and people seem to know that, But again, as I said, the fickleness and the social media and the leaning of information, today a man say you're the greatest thing and you're brilliant, and tomorrow man say I eat that and you're the worst thing, because we judge people on agreement, So if I don't agree with you, you're fool. If I agree with you, you're smart. If I don't agree with you, you're bad. If I agree with you, you're great. So because of that, and I am an opinionated person, I'll have agreement today and disagreement tomorrow. But most times I think that the love outweigh the hate. I really think even that there's high hate, maybe more now than before, but I think there's a whole yeah. But when I'm on the road, especially with average Jamaican, then as they call it, or low-income Jamaicans, them seem to be that category of people where most appreciate my efforts. The biggest problem I think Jamaica faces is that somehow we have become enemies of ourselves. We have convinced the people who are being affected to celebrate that negative impact. So if you look upon it, I'll give you a simple example. And remember that Jamaica, when we say Jamaica, we're not talking about us, the island. We're talking about all the forces that work together to create what we know. So when we see what go on in America now, a man say it's un-American because democracy is a part of the fiber of America. So when you see what go on with Trump now, so America is not just the space, the geographic space. It's a set of beliefs and norms and things where we are looked on. Now, the system in Jamaica, which are the variables that work together, has created an individual where celebrate negative, even when it's negative to him. So, for example, I've never seen a rich community at war, but poor communities celebrate being at war. I'm a bad man and I come from a bad place and whatever. Now, the same house in a Tivoli sell for less than the same exact house in a Jackson. And the same person in a Tivoli have a more higher difficulty, same qualified everything, have a higher difficulty getting a job than the man outside of Tivoli. I mean, now I use Tivoli now to my PMP, so I can say on it or whatever, because sometimes people use that now to discredit the point I'm making. So what I'm saying is, when you look at the inner city, it discredits all assets, including the human asset. You understand? And so when it discredits and devalue the human asset now, we celebrating that we come from bad man place, and if you know where I come from, and it's celebrating that devaluation. We become enemies of ourselves, and has now perpetuated that perception of the place, even though it devalues the asset, both the house and the person. You pre where I come from. So what is wrong with Jamaica is that celebration of the negatives that devalue us. I see a youth now and they say, yo, why would you not spend 5 years in school and enjoy 50 years after school? Instead, you enjoy 5 years in school and suffer 50 years after school. It's mathematically incorrect. You understand? So when you look on a youth, I must say, oh, me a top man in a school, and me a star, and me a this, and me a that. And him not recognize that after I leave, after these 5 years, 13 to 18, I live 18 to 80 on a high levels of sufferation. You pray. So all those things, how we eat, what we celebrate, is in my mind the thing will hold us back. You get me? 'Cause I don't think 63 man can lead 2 million people astray. In Jamaica case, 3 million. 63 man is in parliament. So how can 63 man in a parliament lead 3 million people astray? Impossible. Even if them are good man, bad man, they can't lead them unless you're willing to go with them. And so we have been willing to go with money for vote. We have been willing to go with crime as a thing. Enough how we sang them now. I sang the other day, the woman say a bad man she likes. And so those celebration of the negativity now is what I think is the biggest problem. Until we become uncomfortable with the negative, positive can't come. You're free. So therefore, as my father does say, no comfortable man turn in his sleep. You understand? You have to be uncomfortable to turn. So we have created comfort with the foolishness. And so there will be no correction of that foolishness because we're comfortable with it. We have created that internal comfort. You understand? So even me, that's all I'm going to eat some corned beef. That's not healthy really, but it's nice to me. I created so me I eat something where I'm going to make me need medicine soon. Yeah, understand? Dumpling and butter, any food with gravy. We have celebrated those as our type of food, and we don't grow it out even for money can change it because we have become enemies of ourselves. So I think that's the number one problem with Jamaica, that we are not enemies of the system but enemies of ourselves. We accept ourselves, the system that is negative to others. Well, them used to call me sissy too, because the norm within that community and within that space, within that income bracket, is not to stay home and study. You understand? And even I was resistant of it because my parents have forced me to do it. You understand? When time people play football, me want to go play football. I have a style for I'll take up rubbish in the yard, we carry go down the road, for say me I carry out the rubbish and then take local time. So my parents was one of them, but times were different too. When me grew up, Dans were supposedly protectors of the community. Now that kind of changed. You understand? So if you have look a sense, if you look bright, you were kind of protected more so than recruited. You get me? So that was. But one Christmas, my best friend was murdered. After me and him, they used to watch basketball on a Christmas time named Kojo, and they murdered him. And we nearly get involved because your moment you say no, this can't go so. And that's a problem with Jamaica face. So we don't expect justice from the system, so we take up justice for ourselves. You understand? Because if a man say, alright, somebody kill my friend, him have to dead back. If the system that go kill him back, we wouldn't have to do it to say. You understand? But them now comes and say, oh, he have to dead back and him have to take it up. You get me? And even if you say, alright, him have to dead back, then he have to be punished to go into jail, whatever. When you feel him, I'll get catch, when you feel. And so there was a point now, that immediately after my best friend get murdered, to say, yo, what we have to do? You understand? And then I look upon it now, because I'm a mathematician, how I think, and math is a subject of logic. So alright, cool, the way me feel now, if me go do back a man a thing, somebody go feel back that way. And by extension, I come do back somebody over yesterday. And then eventually everybody do a thing and none of them left. So one of the ways how me really get for escape, one, my father was a serious man. And my father just say, I grew up prime minister from a little youth. You understand? One day a man said, I'm going to buy a cigarette, and the man said, don't do that in a prime minister, I'm going to buy a cigarette. So the man that did serious, and if my father beat me, till dog bite him already. The dog said it's not right. See, so that was one thing. My uncle, when my father died, I will have to move and go live with my uncle, and he was an influence too. And in everything, there's outliers. You know what I mean? X% of sugar not sweet as it's supposed to be. X% of salt not salt as it's supposed to be. And so within our system, you always have some lucky one like myself who escape and seek to say, I may do it. But there were a lot of, and them go KC. God forbid if they end up go to a non-traditional school, they don't have all the support systems where KC have. You understand? So that's one of the reasons why I have taken this now as more of a blessing and say, we have a duty now to make it simpler, to make more than 10 out of my 100 friends if you can drive a car really, you know what I mean? Or if you can go to one expensive party. So that's why I take it as my duty. But I think I just was lucky enough if you have parents who were committed and ambitious. If you have an uncle who was financially able because he go university. Who's a JLP senator now, by the way, Ransford Bryan, you know? And that's why I'm going to fight politics for. Because my uncle is a JLP senator. And I have JLP family members who work for the Jamaica Labour Party, you understand? And then I go to a school like a KC, which is a traditional schools with old boys and role models where you can look up to. And then we get very mathematically realize, as I say, better me enjoy 50 years than enjoy 5. So I start focus on just going to school and learning. So I think that's how I really escape it. Yeah, man. Alright, first of all, let me tell you about one time a 16-year-old, see? And it more have to do with why inequity is my enemy first. Why me feel so. And I have a birthday party at my lane. My lane was a dirt lane, 113 Agri Park Road. Dirt, zinc fence, standpipe. You understand? Which was very prevalent them time. You know what I mean? No man about standpipe in them to fathom all that, you understand? Phone box. And I have a little uptown girlfriend when I meet at one camp, church camp and thing, and she's an uptown girl because we never have internet them time there and Instagram, and so sometimes context missing. Even some of them younger people and all say, oh yeah, we can interact. We never interact with people who never come from where we come from, more so than we got KC and most of the broker KC, and then we got a bus stop, and those who got a bus stop living at the same area. And so you really meet only people who were like you get me? And so we come, so boom, now and meet this girl at this church camp and invite her birthday party as my girlfriend to cut the cake, which in those days the cake have to cut before the party started and have to cut early. You understand? Again, some like a 16-year-old don't understand that because they go dance now, you get me? But in them times they think it's kind of different. No better, no worse, but just different, see? And my girl now come on the cake, now cut, my mother get upset and thing, and I jump the fence and go over and lady name is Claire and beg a phone call. Because you don't have no phone, you don't have no cellular and all them things, the house phone, and I want the person up on the lane about house phone. And through the pressure my girl, she leave her sister and come at the party. Eventually now, boom, fear her father drop the sister now. The little sister to the party and she said, that's how I live, in the lane. And the man that have money, the first time you see a gate talk to you, which is what we call intercom now. The first time you see you touch a gate and I met somebody talk back to you. And them have a show stairs. They go in them house and you have stairs where you don't really use. You understand? That's just part of the house design. So you have a money and thing. And I come to now and the man come in a king. And I tell you, so the man was so angry, same daughter there in my lane, you know, that the man basically call everybody mother in them. They have a phone, big so them time, their cell phone with an antenna. When the man don't call people, you know, I just Casey man alone left in the whole party. My sister then the man want to take up and I said, Jaja. I said, my mother did so angry because my mother cussing out of shame now that I go big, I realize like she feel embarrassed for me. You understand? I said, I put my hat on, I can't reach it. And so I go to school now and everybody tease me, you know. And this guidance counselor named Miss Hosam, she gave me a book called Politics of Change. It was a Michael Manley book. And so I start reading now and I say about the system and the inequities in the system. And so I get committed to say, yo, okay, I am really a victim, especially that night, you know. Because I don't have nothing for where I live. I don't have nothing to do with say, water running on the road. I don't have nothing for this zinc we have. You understand? In my mind, I went on a street light. None of those are things where me control personally. So how come me become a victim of it? How come me get punished for it? You understand? And so now I some read and say, yo, Jano, me if you try reduce that punishment to people and have control over these variables. You understand? If the man come and say, yo, I don't want you there with you because I'm not bad. I have control of that, I can go bad if I want bad. You understand? But if the man say because him live on a dirt road, I have no control. You get me? And them time I'm in a sixth form, you know, so it's not like me not have no ambition or nothing. So as some come the enemy now have it. So when you say, alright, how we ever stop corruption? It's for us as a society. Because what corruption do is to just perpetuate that what should be our enemy. So you not go find me go give my enemy mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You get me? We in a constant fight. So if you come to boom and take away the money we should have fixed my road by thieving it or whatever, misappropriating it, then you make me become a victim. The person who should have fixed my road, you know, and thief the money, you know. The man would have come say a real asphalt and he would take away my girlfriend at the time. You understand? If the man should have given me water, they give me water. You see me? So my circumstance was more because government didn't do in any community what government should do. And corruption only perpetuate that in government. So if the public is not accepting of that perpetuation, I'm not talking about corruption now, you know, because it's easier to accept corruption than a systematic problem of inequity. You see me? So if we realize that we are enemies of inequity, then we automatically become enemies of corruption. You see me? Because the man them were able to thief and this and that, and the people were sharing at the thieving. Because I feel like the politician alone sharing at the thieving. You know? You get me? Some whole heap of man where you say, I say them are top people in Jamaica sharing at the thieving. So if the man them were sharing at the thieving, see, are the ones who are already privileged, then they are not enemies of inequity because they are beneficiaries of inequity. They are privileged. You get me? It's the one that we're underprivileged now, if we become enemies. Now, the majority are we underprivileged. Some are we less underprivileged than others, but the majority of us are not the privileged in the society. And so if we become enemies, then, as I say, 63 people can't continue if we know what we are against. But we're not enemies. We're more find joke in it or find sus in it or hope that one day we can share in it. You get me? And so that I think make it not stop because the thing we perpetuate is not a great negative to us in our mind. No, you know. One time I check on my ears and she gone to Canada. I remember I'm 16, my old man now, you know. But I always wonder if the father knows me, you know. I always wonder if the father knows. No. They're on Instagram or internet more time I try to find her still. Yeah, just to say, you know, we find her and see how she's doing. Because I really have no grudge against she personally. I mean, have no grudge against him now that I grow big, you know what I mean? Because if you think your daughter is in harm's way, and the perception of my community at that time based on how it look, not based on news or nothing. And that's what I tell you before, say, your community, if perceived to be high crime, low income, devalues you. I never have no problem with me and him daughter there before him know where I live. You get where I come from. So sometimes when you look into it now, maybe if me hear some my child have some event someplace, I go for them too. I know at this age, you know. But me just, as I said, I have him as an enemy, but me have everything I did that me get punished without me contributing to it to be an enemy of mine. But I love to see him against it. Not really. They're trying to get the youth to vote. It's not politics. Voting is one day of activities. If voting is politics, then you know, in a sense to participate. You understand? Voting is the epitome of it, is the end all of it. Politics is the effort to create a country where you are comfortable with. No, that is a permanent effort. You understand? So therefore, when me comes and say, alright, as I say, I'm going to do some mathematics. I have a YouTube channel with mathematics on it. And not even my channel. I just the video it and some man put it. I never know if it make money. I never know if it could have make money. I just feel say me can help some people who can't afford extra class. You understand? Because I teach one inner city school, maths, and then I leave and go teach one traditional school maths. And I come and recognize the blouse and skirt. The inner city school have 58 people in the class. Them not a geometry set, them not a calculator. If the one you to have a calculator, him not carry it. Because the rest of them will take him calculator or teach him calculator. Them not a book, so when you give them homework, you have to write it on the board. So when you have 40 minutes, 10 minutes of reserve to give them homework. Them got this other school, 30 people in the class. Them have geometry set, them have book, them have got extra class. So one day I recognize the same thing where the 58 people never understand is the same thing that the 30 people never understand. But when you go to the extra class and focus on that thing which you don't understand, and then therefore automatically you have a pass. So I decided so me have to now start to host camps at UA and things like that with inner city school. And the internet and technology then give me the opportunity for just video and put it up. So yo, from you have access, you can do it. So what I say is that if you have a country where you're comfortable with, if you can write down and say what kind of country you want, which nobody will not ask that question. Nobody will know what kind of house you want, but we don't know what kind of country you want. Not much of these things happen to me anymore because the world has changed. So, like, there are times when I benefit from having locks. You understand? Even some of what you have said before about how people perceive me as the next thing and whatever, young people kind of gravitate to me. The locks, I believe, contribute to that. But there's others where I remember one time a man saying, nah, shape me, and I was a Rasta. And equally, some people come to you, even without malice. Some people will try to make you move forward. I say, yo, if you go turn prime minister, you have to trim and stuff. And that's why one time I said, I'm not going to trim for win, for proof, say now for bleach, for reach. Because there is a perception in our society that if you're too black, you're not going to make it neither. You understand? And so, therefore, I was happy when Portia didn't make it. I was happy when PJ didn't make it. We were happy when Andrew didn't make it as a younger person, because at first time when the things say politics was for old people. Now when I say happy, I mean happy. JLP win. You understand? Because again, what I have learned in the last year or two is that you have to just be clear. You understand? The next man they'll clip up that noise and say, yo, Damion happy with JLP. No. But having one, they say, okay, what is the silver lining in this? You understand? Is that he has proven that this barrier don't exist as a younger person. Portia has proven that the barrier don't exist as a woman. You understand? And not only a woman, as a poor woman. You understand? Somebody happy PJ to prove as a black man. You get me? So when you go in a parliament as the first person with locks in a parliament, the fee said me also proves that it's possible. You understand? And at that time nobody think me have a greater duty to the image of Rasta. Because I'm not really Rastafarian in my practice. But if you bear the image of Rasta, then you have a duty to that image. If you reach to a certain level where you can either pop down the image or propel the image. You understand? Just like a man with black, him have a responsibility to that image. For other black people feel, you understand? A certain way. So, yeah, but then now when I'm there at UA now, and I teach at UA, and them coming with a thing called deregistration. I just see so many kids who just left and said them soon come back. All of them have a story. They have never come back. I never see one yet. I can't remember one. I teach from 2005 till 2011. And then I go back again and teach 2016 to 2020. I've never seen one of those deregistered and tell me a story, how them are going to come back. I've never seen them come back. And so I said to myself, yo, if you have a person who should have been running a hotel, managing Rio, a cashier on China wholesale, that seemed to be unfair to the country and to the person. A misuse of resource. You're coming like say me have a Range Rover on a farm. You understand? I use my Range Rover as a tractor. Or I use my tractor as a taxi. These are just a misuse of the asset. And so I see them unfortunate thing there. And then become a politician now. And you don't know poverty till you're a politician. Like me think I broke. Like me think me grow poor. I mean they have like 3 shoes, school shoes, church shoes, going out shoes. Let me see people without clothes. When you're a politician, you say, blow. I see people have 2-bedroom house, 8 away. I see people without house. I see people live under chop hauling. You say, blouse and skirt. This exists. I see people without bathroom. I grow up with a pit toilet. I mean, never like it because I have roach and you have to walk with paper and all anything. And then I see people without toilet in a gully. You get me? And then you say, blouse and skirt. You know? So the things that it is worse than I didn't know, worse than I did think. So when me get to realize that when me did think me poor, me was middle class. When me in a politics now and I say, people don't eat. Remember, you have 500 and something thousand Jamaican and live below the poverty line. That's a $200 Jamaican a day. That's what them survive pan for the day. If you do the simple math, if you eat 3 meals, you look on maybe $70, $65 a meal. I'm not talking about rent, not talking about light, not talking about water. You understand? Me last $200 a day. In my car, coins. Give it that at stoplight. You have 500,000 people live on that. That is where we establish from starting, so they're below the poverty line. So when you come to now, boom, and you reach to the point where you say a man, I say, yo, I'm not eat. I never ever not eat. No matter how me think me the broke. No matter how I can beef, no matter how I mackerel, no matter how I chop up chicken. He eat every day. You get me? And so when I turn politician now, I say the thing deeper than me think. And it worse than me think. And so I start. That's one of the things that kind of become my issue to come. I just have a feeling, so I fight. I fight everybody night. I fight my party, the next party. And so I fight. More time I go up on stage, I'm fight rich people too. And then people now start to feel like you're antagonistic. But not really towards them. It's just the things when they see. And I say, yo, this can't satisfactory because this person who I make $200 a day, they might have diabetes by the time they're 20. Because when they might 30, 40, what they might eat can not give you diabetes. Because they might eat foolishness. You understand? Based on what them can afford. Then they might have medicine bills. Where I get medicine from with this $200 a day. You understand? And then them pick me now get a book and them pick me now go to school. In East Rural, I see some people take them pick me from school for work on farm from Friday daytime. And I say, yo, there must be a resistance to this. And so I start just resist, and anybody when I resist with me, just resist them too. And so you start create enemies where you never need, you know. But me no personally, and now, remember me now me and Damion Crawford, people see me on TV, I get treated like a privileged person. You understand? So me no really experience. Even if a man not like me lacks, he not really say it to me personally now. Might have said it to him friend them one away. You understand? But the girl who got to school and couldn't register, yeah, I'm sure if I didn't meet her, I might fit me with locks, they would treat me the same because I am now privileged. You understand? Which maybe not through money, but through position and through notoriety. So I don't really get much negative. In fact, I get more blind because of how I look and who I is now. You understand? But I see day to day people who not get no blind because of who them is, you know. And I just think say in a long time days are the strongest go to war. So if me get this privilege, I know I'm now strong in this context. I know sword fight again, a mental resistance. And me get that blessing them. I think me if be a soldier in another war there. But me not really get much negative now anymore. I remember most guilt president and sometimes when you defend one thing, a man sees you attack the next thing, not attack the next thing. What we are seeing, COVID has only shown us what we are. It has not created nothing. COVID never create people without internet. It just showing us enough people on the internet. COVID never create people who can't live 2 weeks without salary. It just shows enough people can't live 2 weeks without salary. What we have is entertainment is the industry that is perceived to not be worthy of risk. Hotels is recreation, but it's perceived to be worthy of risk. Now, what is the trigger for policy for the hotel to be open but the entertainment to be closed? What is the trigger? Because if you have a crowd, that can't be the trigger because hotels facilitate crowd. Yeah. If you have the type of crowd, it can't be the trigger because hotel have people from more places. As versus most entertainment is community based. Most of we know entertainment as Frenchmen and Dream Weekend, but street events and them things, there's round robin. There are more people within your vicinity. What I've learned is that the reason why sound system used to play from early was that was the advertisement. So you turn on the sound from half night, 2 o'clock in the day, and people know that something not keep. You understand? So when you check it out, we had 24,000 events. You work on a radio station. 24,000 events don't advertise on radio. 24,000 events don't book a venue. The vast majority don't. You understand? They're community events. So therefore, it starts by feeling that entertainment is unworthy of risk. So we don't do no mathematics how we can make it happen, because farming is worthy, manufacturing is worthy, retail is worthy, mining is worthy, hotels and tourism is worthy. Entertainment is unworthy. You get me? So even the society accepts that. So when a man say, yo, how come the event not keep them? Say, you know, say COVID, oh no, go on to bed because it's more recreation, it's not a business as far as he's concerned. You get me? Them don't say that when they say how tourists are coming. No, I'm not against tourists are coming in. I'm just saying that the same trigger should either make both viable or both not viable. You pre where I come from. So throughout my entire period as Minister of Entertainment, that was what I wanted to establish, that entertainment is worthy of government consideration. Right? That is why I did all the clash with Daryl Bass. Because the way people look down on the concept of clashing. You understand? No, you say that come save we with Bounty and Beanie. That is something where we ridicule as a society. When we sponsor Sting, I was the first minister to sponsor, first government entity to sponsor Sting with the Ministry of Tourism. $2 million Jamaican dollar. This is when we sponsor Jazz and Blues $50 million. You understand? I sponsor Sting $2 million. I remember me a tourism minister, and the number of people from the diaspora were coming in for Sting. 50 times more than nobody were coming in for Jazz and Blues. See? I'm now burn out Jazz and Blues. I'll give you a context of what is the trigger, what is the policy trigger. And so, ladies saw the Clash Macadai, man. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the next day, I have to explain on radio why we sponsor this, that. People, because we talk about how people can dance. Because in our mind, it's not something we deserve consideration. So I think that there's a method that entertainment can be reopened. I think that you just have to be able to track who attended the event. So if one show up, you immediately call on all those who attended the event and put a maximum of 500 or 200 or whatever medicine want to tell us to each event. But there's no way that we can have a sector so large. And it's true we can't quantify the largeness of it. Many people don't understand it. But I talk about from, as I say, a DJ. But I talk about who rent equipment, lighting, sound, this ticketing. I talk about people who come and do branded clothing wearing and all of them things, the bartenders. See, we talk about just clean up crew, barrier rental. We talk about all of these things. See? And then the promoters. I'm talk about weekly. In almost every community. There's no other industry that is as democratic in its in its geographic dispersion as entertainment. Hotel there in these parishes and they on the coast and they on this and that. You understand? Mining there in these parishes and they on the mountain and this and that. Farming there in these areas and it even banning in some area. Every nook, every cranny, every community can speak to that. So when we did now start to lobby for entertainment, I mean that I'm gonna go out regular. People think I'm gonna go out regular. I'm not really go out regular. It's an industry for the poor. I lobby for entertainment, I lobby for taxi, and I lobby for vending. Because those things are where people who used to work and can't find no more work normally gravitate to. You understand? So a man get laid off when he buy a taxi and buy some things to sell or keep out of the event. Start be a promoter. Those are industries for the poor. And now the high barrier for entry. You see me? If I never start a farm, you know, millions I have to have land and way. If I ever start a factory, you know, millions I have to have. If I ever do a dance, you only need some links, a consignment, and maybe on 50 grand. You understand? If you have a ton of law, you know what it takes. You know how much investment that takes. But look on Cartel and look on Bounty where to sell figurine and look on Beeman where used to just be broke and pauperized. So therefore it's an industry for the poor. You know how much house over Portmore buy because of higgling? Just a man sell clothes, a man sell this, a man hustle in the streets. And so taxi is the same thing with, you know how much life taxi save, you know how much university people go because them father run taxi or own taxi. 3, 4, 5 taxi on the road. But all of those industries, if you look on it, are resisted by government all the time. No, it's funny. The man who run a taxi, him can only charge the same amount of money as JUTC. But JUTC is subsidized nearly $2 billion by the government. Him not subsidizing, but him a charge the same fare. So when him end up, I don't know, him a try to make more trip. So start saying drive bad. Which is true, him drive bad. But him drive bad to make more trip because revenue is price times quantity. Him have a cheap price, so him have to try and multiply the quantity. As versus JUTC, we have to subsidize. No policy coming now for him. People down the road, downtown, themselves, we treat them like a criminal. The last time I see on the Instagram, they posted to a man I sell them cat and they mash up the cat. And I say the cat create a crime. But if a cat create a crime, even murder, they don't mash up the cat. So what is the trigger? Is it that it create a crime? So anything that create a crime and get mashed up, including car and truck and bus and house? Or just a poor man thing, which is a cat. He must sell the store have this road to load, this road to enter, he have no road. Nobody said, we could put some designated streets so we can get some. There's no facilitation of these industries for the poor, as there is facilitations for industries for the rich, people who are able to afford high investment. Yeah, you understand? So there's, Bill Beach if you have out there. I mean, now look out for industries for the rich, you know, because I say, me not broke again. You get to me, I say, I have farm and I have manufacturing, so I now try to fight those things and I sell to hotels. I'm saying that the same effort to promote and the same effort to stabilize don't go into those things that are low barrier industries. You get me? And so I think it come back to just that facilitation of prejudice, that facilitation of inequity. Prejudice don't only mean black and white people, you know. You understand? If right now we say somebody gets shot outside and we see a man who look like him from the ghetto, we think that him shoot first. You know, see no gun, we don't say nothing. We just assume automatically say it's not the man in the suit. You know. So yeah, I think we should set a limit, maybe 200 to start. From that limit, those who come must be registered with a telephone number, and then you enter it into a system. And therefore, if me show up with COVID, all the people that were at that event are called in for testing. I think that's the only real strategy. But I've heard no recommendation at all, not even a foolish recommendation for the industry to come back, because entertainment is not seen as a business. You understand? That's why I have a ministry of entertainment. You understand? It just throw down in a something. You understand? You throw down on a culture around about this, so, or you throw down on a tourism around a corner this, so. You understand? And you get the person who you least think can make a political impact. Classism, by far, is just that you assume a class by people color in Jamaica. So if a person have a high complexion, you assume that they're in a higher class. So you might treat them until proven incorrect. You understand? But sometimes when a man, alright, in America now made a matter about systematic racism. Yeah? So really systematic prejudice based on the line of race. You get me? So sometimes an individual now for the prejudice for prejudice to exist, because the system already incorporated and concretized those prejudice. You get me? So therefore there's some prejudice within classes. Alright. You have a school downtown, which means you got KC. KC have a 87% chance of getting 5 subjects. Sorry. Georges have a 90% chance of getting 5 subjects. Then you have Alpha around about this, about 100% chance of getting 5 subjects. The whole are in a walking distance of each other. Crossroad, you have Holy Trinity. Them say a 3% chance of getting 5 subjects. Now, the whole are in the same area, so it is not the breeze, it's not the environs. You understand? We create that. What create for the 3 traditional schools, right, with for them 2,000 picnic each, we have a almost 100% chance of getting 5 subjects, versus this other school with a 3% chance of getting 5 subjects. Now, we are inclined to say the pitney them dunce, but the truth is, if you can walk and talk, there's evidence that you can learn. Because you never born to walk, you never born to talk. So you learn to talk, and you learn to walk. Somebody need to explain to me why at 9 months you're bright, but at 19 you're dunce. What intervened to make you could have learned something bossy like talking, bossy like walking, but you can't learn geo or maths. You get me? So there's some systematic things where you end up in a, you tell him the area of a circle is pi r square, where him say they get piece of pi and I'm from morning. You know, here they r square. You get where I come from. There's a thing when him go home have to take care of picnic. There's him on a book. There's somebody that tell him say what list. There's all these things where come together and make him less likely to achieve. So much so that if he does achieve, we celebrate it. Because we never expect him to achieve. You get where I come from. So what happened is, when we say that Jamaica, in my opinion, is a classist country, we don't even put it on the people. We say they have individual classism. But there is a systematic oppression of certain classes because it don't allow you for loans, it don't allow you. As I say, the same house in a Tivoli can't get the same money. If me build the house in a Tivoli now, it devalued by a couple million well, which means we can't get the same loan, which means we can't start the same business. You pre where I come from. So all of them must they come together now and create a classist structure, even if we don't have naturally classist people. We have classist people, you know, but I don't think it is permeating the society to a high level like how you have racism in a foreign. But the system that has been entrenched make transition from X to Y almost unlikely. And so therefore, I think that would be a problem. So through a browner person seem to be in the class, you might get the loan more than a black person. But it's not because of black and brown, it's because of the class perception where we attach to the complexion, in my opinion. Oh, well, I go down on my farm regular. I'm a goat farm. I deliver goat baby and everything there, yeah. So, I got my factory. On a weekend, my bub friend them come play ball. My circle very small. I don't really like new friend because, you know, after, especially when you start getting known, you don't really trust people so easy. Why them like you, you understand? So my KC friend them, my youth friend them come up and play ball on a Saturday and on a Sunday. So that's basically what I do. I read a whole heap too. Read a whole heap and write down plans and then think that whole heap.
So, what about TV? What about...
Yeah man, sports. I just watch ESPN. I start for this year, I try to change because I watch the same show on ESPN 6 times for the day. You know what I mean? And yeah?
Undisputed.
I watch Undisputed, I watch First Things First. No, the one with Stephen A. Smith. First Take. Watch First Take, and then I watch ESPN Sports Center, and that repeat about 3 times and watch it again. But then now I start to remind myself when I tell people, you have to know who yourself and know who you are and what it means. That's enough people probably they don't know who them is and what it means. They might cuss the thing and they might cuss and I say, yo, that's who you are. The things, me have to go work 10 times harder than the man who have pedigree in politics then. If me was PJ son, then I have to treat me different. But I'm not PJ son. That's who I am. I have to know what that means. You understand? So if I watch ESPN 30 times for the day, then I now go make it as far as another man who might do the same thing but him have pedigree, political pedigree. If I go really reach Bush Stewart level, I have to know say, yo, I'm at a disadvantage based on who I am, based on who I know. You understand? So if I go sell my products, then I don't have as much links. You understand? So even some youth the other day, they have a factory, I say, yo, if me have 10 work, which the other day me put out an advertisement for 10 work, I'm going to get nearly 800 odd applications. But they even look upon some of them. But they even have a look upon some of them. You understand? Now, if your daddy know me, then you have a link to me and you're automatically there closer to getting the job. But if your daddy don't know nobody, your resume has to go be better than everybody. That's what it means. So therefore, I start looking and say, all right, boom. I watch less TV and read more. Be more cognitive. You understand? Especially now that over the last year, my thing kind of dwindled down a little bit as it relates to people's perception of my intellect and thing. You have to know, say, okay, that means I have to go remind them of my intellect. You understand? So therefore, I start to read more again. Everything. I know my list is some intense and skilling and everything, you know. Yeah. I listen to Bob same way. I listen to some old It's More Time. Of course, I'm a Bounty Killer fan. One of the most hurtful things that happened to me was when Bounty did come up Portland, come do the show with Miss Vaz in a car. From me, a little bit, Bounty come like me hero to me. But I understand, say I work in my work and thing, you know what I mean? But it is still true, I say Bounty, I'm a generally, get me? So, me listen a whole heap of that. But as new music come, I like some, I like some, but yeah, I listen to everything. I give up because you have this little sister named Maya and I like her now. I don't want her thing, I follow her thing. We just like her style and her vibes, you see?
Yeah, that's why I like
yeah, we like her vibes, you know? And she look nice, you know, but enough look nice and I don't like them vibes. Yeah. I like Shensia vibes too. I remember just going at some of the other people and next thing people think. Like Pampute was one of my original favorite for a long time, for her vibes as well. And unfortunately, the industry stifle women in a way where like we only facilitate 2 at a time or 3 at a time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So sometimes now them have to kind of war on it and kill each other to survive. 2020, of course, coffee. Yeah. Yeah, that one the nice. Yeah. And coffee come check me up here too and thing. Like her very mannerable and yeah. I don't think coffee knows she's a star as it. Yeah. I like the intense song. I think it's full of rhyme. The one where I talk about say if I'm in Indonesia, yeah. I like the rhyme them in it, like in metaphors and things, strong. And I don't think I like in music, like that's what I read Carter. Yeah, like when Carter says something, I said, oh, get that for rhyme, you know what I mean? Like, I get that concept and that story. I think Skillibeng are one of the most talented one too. I like him one about crocodile teeth and the flow upon it, you know. Even though I think Intense have more metaphors, you know, than Skillibeng, but I think Skillibeng have wickeder flow than Intense. I think of them two, they know are going to be the competition in the next period of time. Just by watching them, you know what I mean? But you have to afraid to comment on them man, you know, because them man just never move well that much. Like, yo, the man say yo, and then, right? Well, this one more, I know me have to love the one who said me not trust phone. What else now? I love Protege generally. I don't know if him have nothing fresh I know, but I love Protege and theme style. You know? I'm not sure. Them people I love so. You see, entertainment is the most representative of Jamaica and any other industry now. In also our idiosyncrasies, what we are. What's the difference between a business and a hustle? It's customer retention. That's the only difference. See, a man in a hustle, he might move from customer to customer, he might seek to retain. So therefore, he doesn't necessarily care if you're satisfied, if you're dissatisfied. He does a hustle. I sell an orange today and you have a drive past. Even a business, if you drive past every day, if you sell you every day. A business is seeking to maintain those customers. You understand? So eventually, a hustler sell 10 a day and a business sell 10 a day. But sell 10 a day easier because I see him 10 me I sell. Because you see him 10 man will just come look for me every day. The hustler look 10 to new people each day. The entertainment in Jamaica has acted like it's a hustle more so than it's a business. So therefore, him not maintaining a following to grow. Him just keep about 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. As a so alright, you see like Tanya Steven, she treat it like a business. So she try to maintain a set, grow it, this, that. And that's why I said this girl Maya, I say she a try that style of a maintenance, of a growing of my thing. But how we treat it? Coffee. But she seemed to be more from management side. Cause you see, alright. I remember coffee now gone from Obama listen. Different levels. A different level now of fish that you talk about. Even some top Jamaican I go call her now to say, okay, I could do it so. But the natural man we are evolved, him not have that. I'm friend, I'm manager. You get me? 2 hours go to studio and you know boss, okay, you are the manager and me are the artist. He never get no official training and management. He don't get no PR, no nothing. So watch it now. Chris Brown, him Tom Rihanna in a fair face. Man them 50 different experts. Gettin now, how do we manage this? What do we do? What do we do with that? Chris Brown is saved. 1 hour DJ do that, him dead. Because there's no body now we are coming as an expert in this, as an expert in that to intervene. But even if them have money, them not see it as necessary. Because remember, Chris Brown might not see it as necessary, but AC recorder, whatever jump in now, we feed them investment. We don't have that management structure and system. It's more independent people that run off them thing. So what we have more is bookings. Like Sharon Burke said, me want to be a booking agent, but she's not really the manager. She not sign them. Them not have no obligation financially and stuff like that. So that now kill the industry from that level. The other thing is the industry don't want to accept that we are not like every other industry. And when we don't accept that you can't be yourself, you can't grow if you can't be yourself. You know how much are we right now in a debt because we watch people on Instagram and want to be like them. You understand where I come from? One time I see some girl and them look nice and thing, I say, okay, I like the girl that I'm going to run in. Based on the fact that you know so she get be a money treatment. You can't get the same treatment now. You have to get some broke pocket treatment now. You understand? Because you have to be yourself and be different. We have an industry that strives from bookings more so than from sales. You understand me? And therefore, people used to facilitate you getting a song out, so you get bookings. Because of this global anti-free music movement now, you have some man that try to say, oh no, me no want that style again. But the whole ecosystem internally was built on that style. So you don't have an ecosystem to carry it to the next style yet. You have to wait till the ecosystem they build. So when you have a global sale, you're not really have a local sale because Cassette Ninja them still within the ecosystem. You understand? And so you now have an animosity between, I don't want to call them name, but between those people like Cassette Ninja and the artists. When one time artists used to give Cassette Ninja them song so that him can promote it, them song get up and then them get a booking. So we either have to change the ecosystem or embrace it. The industry now analyze and embrace that ecosystem. So that is another problem I think. And then government narrate it. And if government narrate it, you always have an uphill task. Anything government narrate. And when I say government, I say jail people. I remember me have to fight my people too. But the government of the days don't see entertainment as a business. And so they don't promote it. When we got Kingston as a creative city, imagine if we have a walk of fame right around Emancipation Park, where you could have walk, take your phone, scan, and then you say, who's Bounty Killer? Read about him and get him music. Who's Papa San? What he used to do, where. Imagine if you could have got to them YouTube. Visitors would just come to Jamaica and have a walk of fame. So when I talk about government, I don't understand about party can keep our nice abatement. When I talk about now creating a whole industry. You understand? Where if whole 360. So if you come to Jamaica, the plane, when you come to Jamaica, you have to have a channel where you play these music. So when they press channel 9, you can get that. Hotels have to consume X%. Radio have to play this percent. A whole ecosystem of government. So we are, let's like how Brazil promote football. You understand? From a governmental level. In a school, You know that you have stage management as a CXC subject? Our schools don't offer that. How Jamaica have it offer that? Yeah, as a CXC subject. You understand where I come from? Now, when what's your name again? Not Tony Braxton. My heart will go on. Celine Dion did that coming up. We couldn't get as much people certified in stage management for she using. Remember, we have good stage manager, but they're not necessarily certified. And remember, that is a proof of competence, certification. That's all. That's why when you will get the proof of competence. You understand? She not take a person where you tell her say good. She wants somebody where have proof of competence. So we should have export entertainer. You understand? Like right now in a dancing thing pan Vegas Strip, we should have some people up there. You get me? When I was minister, I go to them and say, let's make an exercise video with our dances. The weight loss video, they had them something with Jamaican dances. That about Collie Creeper, that about Dirty White. If I look on a girl, them look physically fit. We dance. But then now you talk about copyrighting the moves, ownership, payment. That is a thing where if government rate it, government really rate entertainment, and by extension, that is us. So I think them three things there will mash it up, that we are against the ecosystem that currently exists because we follow fashion, and so government not really rate it, and we see it as a hustle, so we're not building a crowd, we just continue to get to 10. Me and Ian Boy did have a wicked debate about it. If you search Damion Crawford, not weak need. Because Ian Boy the writer thing say I'm weak need when they wanted to ban gun songs. There's absolutely no academic proof that songs can lead to the act of criminality. Now, we could just do the simple maths. How much are we think listen gun song? Like 1 million away then, alright? 1 million away listen gun song. If I should give every murder to a different murderer, you have less than 2,000 murderers. If every murderer do a murder and stop and resign and say, I'm done, and reach my quota, we should know it's not the case. So, million away listen it, less than 2,000 away commit a crime. That disqualifies causation, because causation is going to mean majority outcome. You understand? If something causes something, then the majority of times that it is present, the causal effect should occur. Like how sugar makes things sweet. The majority of time you add sugar, it should become sweet. So therefore, it has embraced it and it may I say no, may I look a word say it hug it up. But it don't create it. And I don't even think it promote it. No, a man who is criminal will be drawn to criminal songs, but also criminal show, but also criminal books. You understand? Because his mind is criminal. A man who's not criminal like me, I'm drawn to the metaphors. You understand? There's a time where busy signals say that the baby father beat the baby mother because she threw the baby in the toilet. And he says, baby father beat the baby mother, throw the picnic in the thing with pissing in. Baby father beat her with the thing with glistening. You listening? Now, I'm not for violence against women. But I'm saying that, yo, how the man get this right? This bad. From that aspect of it. The turn of words and the flow. You understand? Right, the arrangement. Them things they know excite me. You get me? Cartel say, yo, AC, high school, Calabar. Me say, the car AC, the man I talk about, you know. But the man come down and say, high school, as in ICE, cool, but high school, Calabar. Me say, yo, this bad. So what excites me about that song? I have 1 million gun songs we don't go nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? Even though they're gun songs. Then now you have others with the metaphors of this, that to go far. So therefore, what is the reason why it go far? They go for a criminal phone, him have the bad gun song, and to kind of love gun song. He does love all gun song, kind of love gun. You get me? But it's not the cause of it. They're bigger cause like the bad schools. They're bigger cause like the no presence of fathers. As I've said, you can look at what is consistent in those who create crime and then say that is the cause. Most of them have single parent homes. So we need to do things to reduce single parent homes. Most of them go to non-traditional schools. So we need to do things to improve non-traditional schools. Most of them get beaten when they liquor. So we need to do things to improve parenting. But it's just an easy blame. Like, I watch better show than song for longer time than man. So how a man now say show cause it? You understand? Neo and them thing there. How show no cause it. You ever read Macbeth? When man they cut out baby out of belly. How Macbeth no cause it. You get me? So just read it. And the watchers read it. There was a debate, me and Ian Boyne. We put Damion Crawford and Ian Boyne. So he wrote and me write, and then him write and me write. And I gave the academic thing to say violent song can lead to aggression. So like sports demand aggression. So a man go play some NFL, him listen some mad rap, yeah, and then build aggression. You understand? But it don't lead to physical violence. So yeah, no, I don't think that it has led to that now. I lie to tell family. I lie to tell. Alright. In the last, when Trump was running the first time, I was one of the few people that said he was going to win. Everybody said Trump can't win, including when he even run in the primaries against Bush and all of them. Remember my lecture marketing at UA. So I said to them that there's a concept in marketing we call projection, right? So therefore we assume people project onto other people what they feel because we think we're normal. So, sorry, if somebody not eat cheese sticks, Jamaica people surprised. You don't eat cheese sticks? Half of your life gone. We're not doing cheese stick studies. We just project onto them because we eat cheese sticks. And who don't we eat cheese sticks? Our circles. So I said to them, the polls don't reflect what is going to happen with Trump because you're asking a direct question with a negative perception. You're asking a man if he's racist then. Are you supporting Trump? Yes. Oh, you're racist. Me no want that. So I'm going to say no. So you have to really ask him if him think people like him and support Trump. You get me? So you should come and say, you think middle-aged Jamaican men support Trump? And then me that say, of course. Them just don't want nobody know. Can me project myself onto them? You understand? So when I was telling them, say, yo, me thinks that Trump are going, them ask me what that mean for Jamaica. And I said, I think Trump's policies would then benefit Jamaica more because he's for protectionism as versus globalization. And small countries don't benefit from globalization. So because him as America is for protectionism, then we could have made lobby to protect pork, to protect mutton, our agriculture, our industries, because Big Bad America is for protectionism. If Big Bad America is for globalization, then now we are talking about WTO and all of them laws there, where it's for free trade. And free trade has not helped small countries like Jamaica. So I was clear in my mind, say, yo, if Trump protectionist policies were to be the dominant global concept, we would be able to protect more things than if globalization was which is anti-Trump, the dominant concept. But I never ever said Trump will be good for America though. And I mean, I really backtrack on my statements. And if I thought somebody wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sure some people wrong all the time on opinions, but I never ever say he was going to be good for America. I don't know if I'm even bad for them either. I just know say, oh, I pay man this, I say, I'm going. You know, but I don't know. Lie them tell. I'm not really sure. I think that them think people start talk too much now. That's my job, you know. I'm a lobbyist, but people seem to think that. And they think I'm antagonistic. I'm not really antagonistic. I think those are the two. Um, I've only lost one election, by the way, which is Portland. But once you lose, people start to reevaluate. Like, you know, I thought that him couldn't lose at all. You know, and that was our election with just me alone around. You understand? There's not no big election with 63 people. It's me versus Ms. Vaz alone. So everybody focused on it. And I personally think that there was some unfair media communication. I didn't have the money to put ads out, but they had an ad criticizing me every day. And I took my opportunity on stage to return the favor. And it was positioned as if it was, you know, unreasonable to say, yeah, and even as far as sexist, you know. But if somebody said that there's 13 parishes, there's no way politically you would not use it. And me and them used to poll. You understand? Me and Mrs. and Mr. Vaz used to poll. So there was no ill intent for permanent damage. But if you run an election and if I said 13 parishes, it would have been used by them. You understand? And reasonably used by them. So there were some media practitioners that found it very funny when Darrell said that the only time him see me at Portland is at the pork shop. Found it funny, and I found it funny. yeah, understand? And then when we gonna one lick back, it's sexist, you know? So I thought that was unfair. But the higher monkey climb, you have to accept that, you know what I mean? So the more people say, yeah, if a man say me want you to be the next prime minister, I must start analyze you more. I must start follow you more. I must start hear things where you say more. And so me have to just review how I say things, when I say things, and why I say it. You see, the wise man says something that needs to be said. The fool says something because he needs to say something. And so that's why I've been even more silent now. Like, all right, I'm offering myself to the people. Them say, boy, I talk too much. I don't agree. But I offer myself to the people. You understand? It's like you come here and say, yo, I offer you dinner. Say pork, yeah. You say you don't eat pork, but me no business say pork, yeah. You can't offer that because me invite you. You understand? So, yeah, me just a review. But, as I say, when I go up on the road, especially the average income people, I'm still excited and still feel like, you know, I have something to offer. I've not gotten the opportunity to prove myself because I'm in a government. You understand? When I'm in a government, I could have consistently say, yo, we do this, and we do that, and we do that. We don't have that opportunity now because we're in opposition, so you're more a critique and a criticize, you know. And sometimes people take that as more gloomy, you know, and less hopeful, you know. So, I did take up fighting for the party as my duty, as the party never had many faces. And so now I just have to say, okay, fight through the party, which is a different thing. You know what I mean? So when I say, oh, Andrew do this and JP do that and it's wrong, and now I just have to say, yo, okay, the party give me a platform, people, you know, stop buying things in December. Because when they study the rich people, they don't buy in December, they sell in December. You understand? So the party give me a platform now to say, haven't we seen that how we see Christmas only keep we broke? Like now me sell goat and me sell egg. Like a whole heap of money in December. You understand? But if you buy at the highest price points, some kind of wrong with how you buy, you get. So yeah, me just go back towards fighting through the party. And this girl was on Facebook and she said, yo, I inspired her to become a lawyer from a community where she got shot through her bedroom or something like that. And it just bring me back to say, yo, me lose my way in that way. Because I've been more political in my conversations. You know, what JLP I do, what PMP I do. More so than when me originally was just, yo, more informative to people. Like, yo, this is what we feel. So she inspired me to just go back to just being that, you know. Talking directly to people. More so than talking for the People's National Party. Very funny, very funny. Now, you see, as I said, maybe cool with them, you know. Very cool with the whole family, from the children right up, you see me? Sometimes I feel like they don't think me should want the same thing that they want and think. But when we see, I laugh at it. And that's one of the things I find unfair, because jobs at me, I find the joy in it. But when you take back a one job now, you understand? So I did just a laugh, and then I give him a visa thing, and it go viral, you understand me? I say, I have visa, you understand? It go viral. But I've also found that the people expect a different level from me.
You know what that? Rent a trader. If we go on the grill. Mr. Darrell Valls come right us and show you say a pace a run race. But Mr. Damion Crawford over there and say, hey, Mr. Valls, me I can't defend myself.
So they expect a different level from me. So like when there are things and people laugh and then me come back and them say, no. And yeah, I say, but me not understand, but it's like them say, yeah, you're different. So somebody was saying to me, no, yo, you can't come near your Darrell quarry, which is not, I just found it funny. You get where I come from, so I remember one day him say, him live rent free in my brain, right? And then I post a picture on a plane and say, I got fired, you understand? Because he can't got fired. And then he changed his status to say location in Damion Crawford. Hey, you see what I say? And I had the drive to just say, you like to break the law, you're squatting. But then now people start to say, no, you can't say it. You understand? So everybody thin skin now. Like the world has become more thin skin. We don't really have that. You get me? We used to live on campus, butchers, tailor, and you grow out that. But the world thin skin now, and you have to be careful what you say and how you say it. You know, but political jobs, I thought was, and I still feel should be, accepted. But it is not. What I've also found is I have a habit of speaking on public platform, like me, I reason with my brethren, and it make people gravitate to you more, make people understand you more. But it also allows for somebody with negative intent to kill the entire context with the one joke or the one little thing where you say, hey, you understand me? So therefore, I come to boom and give a speech, and I say, yo, we have to try goat, and we have to try tilapia fish, and we have to try this. And now I say, Floyd was my brethren now. I said these things. But the whole of that dead by me saying Miss Vaz, I want to be Mrs. Vaz. You understand? And the man say, yo, the man said she for be house, wife. I never said that. You get me? Darrell same name Mr. Portland, and she said she named Mrs. Portland. So me I say, yo, you're not being a Mrs. Portland. The only thing you're going to be is Mrs. Vaz after the election. But if you come so now and now put context to it, and the news carry 2 seconds of it, and the man who have negative intent. So me have to start now, practice now, for not put those little entertaining jabs. You get me? Even in the leak video the other day with Lisa, I talk my opinions, the truth. But then I say, remember when you have for a burger? Because you know Lisa with Richard Lake. Now that election, my campaign for Lisa, it was just funny to say in my mind. Because she ran against Angela Brownberg, and me and Angela wasn't on no tea. So I'm campaigning for Lisa. But in this conversation now, I found it comical to say, when you're my burger. But then that make it look like me have a negative thing towards she as a person. You get me? So if she hear that, she gonna say, if me hear Lisa say, when you have to make them, I'll be like, yo, what should I do it? So sometimes you lose the entire context with just that one quip. And me have to realize now that I am in the Olympics, because remember me that UN thing wasn't the Olympics, it was training. Now that a man say I can be the prime minister, you're at the Olympics now. Remember, everybody in the final can win gold. So maybe I tell away, but I'm in the Olympics. When you're in the Olympics, I have to change. And so I have to change that habit. of just reasoning more so than preparing a speech. You understand? So yeah, so and remember, as I say, you know me long time, I might habit that, me and run some man and make a joke but the full context of it, might be deep. But it losing where the news carry in the 70 seconds or the 60 seconds. And that's why I say even to the general, I haven't caught on to PR and social media, whatever. But had I been able to put out more of the substantive part on my own, it would have negated for a man say, but look how much things the man say and that and I do, but me only have depend on the media for put and the media put where they want to put, you understand? Which is the funny part of that cell, you understand? So yeah, that is something I've been working on, not just changing that entertainment aspect of the presentation, which then might kill the presentation, in the public. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to change the country, really. I really do think I'm going to change the country. But I want to be remembered as somebody who was committed to just fighting for that change. And sometimes you're John the Baptist, sometimes you're not going to be Jesus, sometimes you're going to be Moses and not necessarily Aaron. You understand? I mean, Barack wouldn't have been Barack if he never did have Malcolm and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. They would have paved the way. So me want people to know, so me fight politics as it is. Like me just never ever accept it. Never ever accept. Me not go funeral. So no man say, oh my granny dead. Me thought no, me not come because had I not been running, I wouldn't come. Me not give away things naturally. You understand? Like this handout and me fight that, and I fought it to my detriment in some cases and to my promotion in some cases. But I just want to be remembered as that. So I don't think I did know near my legacy yet, because I think if I really get the opportunity, we can bring it to manly levels, of just what me that implement. But if me not get the opportunity, people are gonna say, yo, me keep on fighting for what me think, was right. So yeah. Because even with entertainment, you don't get much political benefit for fight from it, the entertainment. Because they not vote. And they not really come out and promote you. But me just feel that's the right thing to do. It's easier to fight for another industry where you will get financial sponsorship for the election. But me just think, fighting for entertainment is the right thing to do. So that my legacy for people just know, say, yo, me did come, and me did sacrifice, and me did fight. I'm also glad for know, anyway, when I talk to people, they know that education is a priority for me. I'm happy with that. One old lady called to me one day and said, Mr. Crawford, I know I say I give you money, but I want to go back to school. She's like 18. She said, yo, since at school I give money, man, give you. So I like that, because remember, brother, the factory hired 100 people in 1980. They hire 10 people now. I got airport, I check in myself. I got Walmart, I cash out myself. So therefore, hustling not there again. It is just mind work now. Brain power is gonna be the main. And so me keep pushing that, promoting that, and me so the public see me as that ambassador, for being informed, being educated. And that's why I look at this girl on internet and people cuss about it. Ivani, I have a thing for her because I say, yo, this girl was able to hack friggin' Instagram. You know how much millions Instagram pay people for make sure this don't happen? Suppose she get a real opportunity in her life. That's what I'm saying. Like if this girl get a real opportunity in her life, she's filthy rich. So therefore, me have a soft spot in my heart coming on say, fear what she is now is below her competence. You get me? But some people say, you can't like Ivanica, choose this and she costs for do and whatever. But me say, yo, what if this girl, because she had, you see the Star interview with her and say, oh, she do it, she said somebody cost her and she just say she go do it. That is competence, and you have millions of them Jamaicans. You get me? So if me can encourage two new Ivan where I come up to say, stick to it, go to school, become an Instagram vice president instead of just hacking it on, Facebook. I think me do my job too, because final thing is that me want to be a plane. That's what a prime minister is. Might not be a prime minister, might be a minister, and them is a boss. But maybe God just want to be a bicycle. But all of them move people. Some move less people, less quickly, but all of them move people. You get where I come from? So if my bicycle, I just want to move my look one people, 1 meter. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, I'm doing my bicycle. But if my bus, I want to move my 40 people, 40 meter. But if my plane, I want to move my 100 people, 100 meter. But all I'm saying is, you should always be moving people. You get me? And so that is it. And the same with the business. If it's a bicycle business, it's a bicycle business. But if it's a bus business, it's a bus business. Accept it and keep on. So I want to be a plane, but if I can't be a plane, there's enough place where plane can go, where bicycle can go. You know what I mean? There's enough lane where plane can land, where bicycle can ride. So that is it, you know. People must know, say, at every level, me fight.